Hello dudes and dudesses, let's start by going up 9 blocks. We have a lot to get through today. It's rather a big build and you probably have seen the thumbnail, so you know it's a 16 part iron farm. I will only be building one layer since every layer is the same. You start off by this structure here that is 5 blocks in each direction from the middle, and then you connect the borders and you fill it in. Then you make a 1 block row all around it like this, and you slap it all off so it's not spawnable, like so. And then you go down to a corner and you do something like this, and I will just use stone blocks to show you that you will get a diagonal 3 by 3 space right here, and you will do this on all 4 corners. I've changed it for glass because glass is non-spawnable, and then you place down the beds. The way you place down the bed is very important. The heads of the beds have to be pointing towards the middle for all of the beds, and the 2 sets of beds have to be mirrored. You have to move around, find the right way to do it so that it's exactly the same on both sides. So now I've done this for all 4 parts, and it's time to do this zombie part. What you do is you take slabs and you do like this on the bottom middle block, and you go down 2 blocks like this and you put in soul sand. And then you take a glass, a non-spawnable block, and you cover up the middle of the block so we can put in a source of water in there, like so. And then you can punch out the middle one of this. This is not holding this, this is not over the zombie, it's holding the zombie. Then you go to the slab up there and you build another cross like this, and you will go underneath and make it a full block like this. When you bring down the zombie, you will actually have to remove this and have him walk down there and fall down, and then replace it like so. So now we have 4 parts and 2 zombie parts. It's important that the parts line up with the sides of the bed, otherwise you have to change the direction of the bed. So this bed, the head of the bed should be aligned. And how do I get the villagers in place? What I prefer to do is to have a water column in the middle of the farm, bringing up 2 villagers to each platform and then breeding them up and let them walk themselves into the pots. Yes, that's the easiest. I use this way of glass row non-spawnable blocks they can walk on, and they can walk into the pots themselves at night. They have not yet connected to any bed, so they should be able to choose a bed any way you want. You can make this path a walkway all around, or you can make a hole on each side so they can walk out. It's up to you. But let's try and finish the part first right here. This is where they'll walk, that's why it's there. And we just slap it off with glass, or we don't slap it off, we block it off with glass like this all the way around over the beds. Then you have a closed part. You have a hole in the middle where the villagers can stand when they get out of bed. It is too high. Then you slap this off like so. And of course, if you want to bring, you can see it's too high. If you want to bring the villagers in from the top, you can do it like this. But I don't do that, so I'll just slap it off right now. And I take out these 2 blocks so the villagers can walk in themselves like this. Now I've placed down some villagers. Let's say you bred them up and you had a hole into the killing platform, and they just choose a bed and walk to it. So 2 on that side and 1 on that side. So you need 1 more and 1 more, and they will go to beds by themselves. Then you just place in the 2 glass blocks again, and they will never ever leave that pot. Right, now it's time to make the portal. You go to the middle, that's where the water column will be if you choose that option, and you make a hole, a 3 by 3 hole like this. And then you place obsidian 5 by 5 in the bottom like this. As you can see all the way around, if you've seen my Guardian farm, you probably know this portal type. So let's just do it so you can see it like this. There will be a 3 by 3 hole in the middle, and then you go up 4 high and you complete the portal, and you do this on all 4 sides. like so. Of course, if you want to, you can change out the corners. You don't have to use obsidian, and the same goes for the bottom. So you can actually save 8 pieces of obsidian if obsidian is a problem. Then you look at the middle portal. You choose any portal side, you look at the middle block, and on your left right hand side you can see the exact portal placement, or the exact placement of the block, and you go through. When you go through, you have to remember the way you went through the portal, because portals are directional now. So just place something to remind you that this is the way you come out of the portal. Then what you have to do is, I have to make some more space first, like so. And then what you have to do is you look at your portal, the portal frame, the bottom, and then you see if it's exactly the same as 1/8 of the numbers in the overworld. And if it isn't, this is pretty close. I'm satisfied. I just need to make this one wider. If it isn't, you move it back or forth so it's precisely in the right place. But if it's in the right place, you just make it a 3 wide portal. But sometimes the game doesn't place it exactly the exact right place. So now you dig down in front of the portal a 3 by 5 by 5 hole like this. So it's 5 deep. You go down, punch out the middle block and place a hopper, and then you make kind of a feed line in the middle, and you point hoppers into that feed line like so. And you do this on both sides, of course. Then it's time to use walls, and the reason we use walls is so that the iron golems doesn't get stuck on the sides, and so they don't glitch out. So you build it up in the length of the entire structure, and you surround the entire structure with walls like this. And it might look strange, but it is, as I said, so the iron golems don't glitch out the wrong side. So they are forced to go out of the portal and into the hole. And the front wall, you can just use stones. Let us do that quickly, like so. And then you're down here and you see it's 4 high when you're standing on the hoppers, and 2 high you place signs. That will ensure that the lava that we are going to put in is at head height with the golems, so you don't lose any items that burn up in lava. You place lava on the middle one like this, and the killing chamber is all good to go. Then you dig down till you see the hopper again like this, and you go to the side and you place a chest. I use a double chest. Basically you could use one single chest as well. And then you place a temporary block there, and you point 2 hoppers into that temporary block, giving us a double speed from the chest. And seeing it now, you could just have placed down the dropper in the first place. But you place down a dropper, and you choose either side, and you place down a comparator, punch a hole, and you place a sticky piston. And on that sticky piston, you might have to dig in further to get the right direction, You place an observer with a red bum pointing backwards, and then you place a temporary block and an observer with the red bum pointing that way. So 1 red bum that way, 1 red bum that way. And let's just check it out. If we put something in, it should spit it out. It does. Great. Then you make a portal and make sure that the middle of the portal line up with the middle of the portal above us. So it's 5 wide, and you build 4 high, and you do exactly the same thing as you did in the farm in the overworld. Now, this will shoot through the portal if you don't build a wall. So you need to build a wall. It just needs to be 2 high, and then you're ready to light the portal. When the portal is lit, you can go through it, and the moment you go through it, it will connect to the portal in the overworld that we came from. And you can see we went into the middle, so it means that it would be spitting things that way into a hopper we placed there. Let's just place some glass around it like this. But the thing should be coming that way through the portal and end up in this hopper, so far at least. But let's try and go through, and we're going the right way through, and then we go down here, and let's throw in some test items. What should we use? Obsidian, not a whole stack, just like this, and it will be going through like this. And if we go through the portal as well, you can see it's lying there in the middle. So it's actually shooting it the right way through the portal, which is promising. But let's see what happens when we light up these other portals. Because the problems when portals are so close is that sometimes they affect each other. So if we go down here right now, I really hope this doesn't work, because if it works, it's embarrassing because it's supposed to not work now. Let's try and put it through again. Good, it didn't work. So now you can see that it's actually shooting out the items on the wrong side. Now, I'm no portal master, but I usually get these things to work, but I found a much easier way to do so it can be the same in the tutorial. Right, much easier. If we go down, now we identified the portal that is coming through. Even though it's going the wrong way, we put 3 temporary blocks underneath, and we put 3 hoppers like this, 1 in the middle and 2 pointing into the one in the middle. And then we take 2 blocks like this and like this, and we put rails on top like this, and then we just take 3 hopper minecarts and place them like this. So everything that goes on the portal frame will end up in that hopper right there. Then we place a chest like this, and everything will end up in that chest. They should. Of course, you will need a whole lot of more of storage with this iron farm, because it produces quite a lot of iron. So, but you just do the usual stuff like this and bring it down as far as you want and make as big a storage as you need to. Now, since we now know where the things are coming out, we just can fill in these middle with glass. We don't even need to have one open space except in the middle, where we can have our water column to bring up the villages as I talked about. But I won't be doing this in this video. Now let's bring in the water like this. That will flush the iron golems towards the portals, just in each corner like this. And very soon the farm is done. You need to bring in the zombies. Remember to name tag them like this. Do it on both sides, of course. And then you need to open up this glass over the head of the beds, and remember to do so in both sides of the farm. Otherwise it will not work. So remember to remove that one and that one, and make sure it's over the heads of the bed. Now, the farm is still not operational because we've been to the Nether, we've been away, so we need to make it night and make the villagers sleep. And now the farm is operational. And now we should see the iron ingots come spitting out on the wrong side, so to speak, of the portal right there. Just give it a second. And you can see the bubbles. I don't know if you saw it, but let's go down and see if there's something in the chest. There's been like 3 or 4 golems through. So, and the iron is right there, and the roses. And maybe, yeah, there you can catch it much better. So, and all the iron gets flushed in the portal and goes down into the chest. So it works just as fine as if it had been shot into the middle. Alright guys, before we end this, I just want to clarify something that people ask me in the comments all the time. First of all, if you go away from this farm and you go to the Nether and you only have 1 layer, it is not loaded, and you will need to make it nighttime and make the villagers sleep again. If you have 4 layers, however, so the items are going through at a regular basis, it is a chunk loader. It's a functioning chunk loader, and it will work all the time, even if you're not there. To build another layer and another layer, you go up 9 blocks above each portal to build it. You build it exactly the same. But you don't have to build another collection system, because of the Y level isn't important for the portals. All the ingots will be shot through at the bottom portal. So that's important to remember. Now, thank you for watching. Do leave it a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you're brand new, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!